Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Well, here's a pair of channel locks that I worked on. Pretty badly pitted and pretty ugly looking, but still functional. Made it worthwhile to put a set of handles coatings on it. Wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, but it appears to have worked just fine. When I first put the truck bed coating on it, the sand that was in the truck bed coating stuck up and made it feel like sandpaper. I mean, it was rough. But I put on a second coat last night, about 5 o'clock, and I left it sit for 4 hours, came down and checked it, put a third coat on it, and now it actually feels fairly smooth. It's bumpy, it's got a texture to it, but it's not, I don't feel the sand grain in it. The only thing I had to do, it got a little bit of extra material here that dripped down, and that's not quite set up yet, but I clipped off the drips and took my finger and rounded it off. I'm going to let it sit here and see if I can't get it to harden up a little bit further. This part is hard. My fingernail won't touch it. So this is going to hold up well. I put some of this stuff, not the clear stuff, but I put black truck bed coating on a set of running boards on my old 1946 Ford truck, and they lasted 10 years that I had the truck. So no problems, no rusting, no breakthrough, no nothing. And that got used a lot. That was, in order to get in and out of the truck, you had to stand on that. So it got dirt on it and all kinds of things. So I hold out real good hopes for this to last quite a while. So I'm very pleased. While I was doing this, I looked at some other tools that I had worked on in the past. That's a pair that I put Plasti Dip on. And they've been sitting now for about 2 years. So the Plasti Dip is a lot harder than when I originally put it on. When I first put Plasti Dip on a tool, it looked like this. This is my first attempt. And I could peel it off. Did a couple of samples down there at the bottom. I could peel it off. But once it's set for 3 or 4 years and it's had a chance to harden up, it's pretty resilient. It's not easily taken off of there. And I have these that I did all at the same time because I had a can of Plasti Dip, and once you open it, you got to use it in just a short period of time. So I did several small pliers just to use up the Plasti Dip before it all went bad. And I'm quite impressed with how well it worked, but it had to sit a long time to harden up. This is, it feels good. It's kind of a little softer than the truck bed coating, and it's a good insulator. I'm not going to say how much voltage it could handle, and I don't recommend grabbing a hold of any live wires with a pair of pliers. It's always a bad idea. But it does make it so that the handles feel better in my hand. This one obviously is the reason I use it as my first example of Plasti Dip. This is a pair of crap pliers. I don't even know who made these things. Got a little stamp on it that says made in Germany. Couldn't tell you what part of Germany it was made in. But this one Not damaging it. I mean, I'm scuffing it a bit, but it's not coming off. This one and this one and this one, all good. This one, I don't use this pair of pliers very often because of the strange jaws it's got on it. It's nice for gripping round stuff, but most of the time I don't use them. So they've managed to survive. And once it sets for a while, the Plasti Dip holds up pretty well. So this stuff, you got to wait a long time on it. And they're showing you put it in on a pair of pliers, but you put it on a pair of pliers and leave it sit there for a month, it comes right off. Just grabbing a hold of it, you can peel it off. This stuff, you put it on a pair of plier handles. I can't guarantee it because I haven't used it for a great deal of time yet, but knowing what I know about the material and how well it's stuck to that truck, I think it's going to be a long time before it comes off. So I'm going to give truck bed coating a big thumbs up. And now I might actually invest in getting a can of the black stuff, because I think black red would be really good. I don't know if I can find any, but I'm thinking I want to get a can of this stuff so I can coat some plier handles and they'll actually look good, because this looks pretty scabby. Well, we did the test, and I'm going to give it an enthusiastic thumbs up on the truck bed coating, and a surprise thumbs up with a caveat for the Plasti Dip. You got to give it time to set up, a long time to set up. If somebody else has had the same kind of experience with Plasti Dip or truck bed coating, I'd appreciate hearing about it. A lot of people are interested in the truck bed coating, and I can tell you this is going to work good. If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.